Hey, my friends, how you doing today? This is the Your Book, Your Voice Coffee Chat. I'm your host, Robert A. Lane. I'm an audiobook coach and producer, helping especially nonfiction authors narrate through an audiobook. And I have an audiobook coaching program that helps you through the steps of doing that. But on today's coffee chat, I usually do this, I keep it open forum, but I also have topics that we're going to cover. And I think that we have a good topic for today, and that is your voice versus a virtual narrator. And I get this question a lot that I hear from authors that want to create an audiobook, but they're like, maybe I should maybe just get a virtual narrator or just have AI do it. So we're going to talk about that, your voice versus having a virtual narrator. But before we do that, because this is Coffee Chat, by the way, I'd like to toast to you. First of all, as an author, if you're a published author, congrats. That's great. That means you're an entrepreneur. That means you're an author brand. That means you are a professional writer. Don't ever consider yourself a hobbyist, because I never do. I won't consider you a hobbyist, because you are a published author, and that's great. Whether you write for a living or you are writing your book on nights and weekends and you still have a day job, so what? You got a published book, you're an author, so cheers to you. BYOC, bring your own creamer. Sorry, I can't provide that for you. This is virtual. But for me, coffee is the elixir of life. I do like this cup. When I was working at 20th Century Fox, this is from the Fox Sound Department. Always loved this mug. Glad I was able to get one before I left the industry, the entertainment industry. All right, so let's talk about your voice versus a virtual narrator. So here we go. All right. What are the top 3 reasons? Let's go over the top 3 reasons why you should have or why you should use AI or a virtual narrator, okay? Number 1 reason. Number 2 reason. Number 3 reason. Yep, there you go. That pretty much sums it up. There is not a reason for you to use a virtual narrator. And I stand by this 100%. And the reasoning behind it is, first of all, especially as a nonfiction author, it's your story. You lived it, you've breathed it, you wrote about it, especially if you wrote a memoir. And even if you're a coach or an entrepreneur or an educator or a teacher and you've written a book that talks about maybe what people would consider a dry subject, right? You want to talk about IT, or you want to talk about calculus or mathematics, or you want to talk about, well, it doesn't matter, because honestly, it's the content that matters. And what really makes it unique for you as the author who's written a book, especially if you're a coach, you got to narrate your own book. You got to narrate your own audiobook. And if you're a poet or even a children's author, you can still narrate your own book, because it's you, the author brand, that makes it unique, that allows you to stand out in a crowd. It's you, your author brand. And what encompasses your author brand is everything that makes you, you. The way you were brought up, the way you were, your belief systems, your habits, your personality, your sense of humor, your morals, your values, whatever it is, that is what makes you, you. That is what makes you the unique person, the unique individual that you are. When you narrate your own audiobook, no one can replicate you, all right? Now, people say, oh, well, there's some companies out there that can, they sample your voice and this and that and the other. But you know what's missing? It may kind of sound like you, but what's missing is the human element. That emotion, those intangibles are not going to be translated in the delivery of your narration when you have it done by a virtual narrator or AI. It's not going to translate. Who you are, the uniqueness of who you are, your soul is what you bring to your narration. Virtual narrators, AI, soulless. You've just removed the human element. And that is a misrepresentation of who you are as an author and your author brand. It's not representing who you are. And if you run around saying, hey, man, I narrated this and you didn't, you're deceiving your listeners and your followers. And that breaks trust. And you know how hard it is to get somebody to trust you again when you break that trust. Don't do that to your brand. You've worked too hard to establish your author brand. When you published your book, hopefully you did it the right way, especially if you self-published. You go through the proper channels. You get a great team of people together. You work with an editor and a formatter, or maybe a proofreader, or even a book coach who can help you formulate it and tell your story, and maybe a cover designer. You hire the people. You put a great team of people together when you published your book. You put all this time and effort and money and everything to create your author brand. Why would you cheapen your author brand by having a AI or a virtual narrator to represent you that you put so much hard work into? Bad business move, because remember, you are an entrepreneur and you need to make business decisions that move your business forward. Okay, you are the CEO of you. The decisions that you make need to move your author brand and your business forward. And what represents your brand are your products. And your products are your audiobook and your ebook and your paperback and your hardcover. Don't cheapen your author brand. And that's really what it comes down to. When it's your voice versus virtual narrator, hands down, your voice is the winner. And you do have what it takes to do a great narration. You don't need to be a professional speaker. If you have the proper guidance and the proper training and just someone who can be your accountability partner and who knows what they're doing and knows what they're talking about and has the experience to show you what it takes to do a great audiobook narration, you're fine. You need to believe in yourself, believe in your voice, and have the confidence because you can do it, all right? This is why I do what I do. I'm an audiobook coach and producer, which means that I have an audiobook coaching program, by the way, which is called Your Book, Your Voice, and I help you, the author, narrate your audiobook, set up your recording space, which you can set up your home recording space if you use good equipment, as you should, and teach you the fine art of what it takes to do a great narration, to be authentic, to be conversational, to keep your audience engaged in the story that you're telling. Though I take it one step further in my program. If you sign up for the VIP program, it's a 12-week program where you and I work together one-on-one, and I do all the audio post-production editing to your audiobook, which needs to be done. You can't just record and say, okay, it's ready. You need to have it edited and edited properly so that it meets the exact specifications for publication, and that a great editor should listen to your audiobook in real time and clean it up and make it sound great and do whatever it needs to be done to make your audiobook sound fantastic. There are companies out there who just run audio files through some restoration program or some restoration app and say, okay, well, I'm all done. But they don't listen in real time to your audiobook. And that's not good because there are things that are going to be missed. If you slow a word, or maybe you have a mispronunciation, or maybe there's too much of a gap between paragraphs, or maybe you're rushing a sentence. A good editor will find these things, preserve the integrity of how you tell your story, but then fix these little things, all right? Running it through some restoration app isn't going to cut it. An editor needs to put in the hours of time, as I do, as an audiobook coach, producer, and your editor, which I provide all the editing for you. I'm probably average 80 hours of editing time per audiobook because you deserve that. And on top of that, what I do in my program, by the way, if you are in the VIP program, I upload your audio for you into Audible, Amazon, Apple, and any other distribution platform that you want to be on. I do the uploading for you. That way, you are guaranteed 100% that your audiobook will be published the first time, no problem. All right? That's what a good editor does. That's what a good audiobook coach does. And that's what I provide to you. If you would like to talk about your book, I'd love to talk with you. Find out about your book. What are your marketing goals? What's your strategy? Because we do talk about marketing strategies as well. And I'll give you more details about the Your Book, Your Voice audiobook coaching program. Sign up, book a call. All right, book a call. Links are in the description here on LinkedIn and YouTube as we are doing this coffee chat live. Those of you on Instagram, go to my profile page, click on my link. It's a link tree there. You'll see book a call. Do it. All right, free audiobook consultation call. Would love to hear from you. And you can get more information at robertlanecoaching.com. All right, do it. Make the decision to move your business forward. And the best way to do it is to create a product in a field, in a market, the audiobook market that continues to grow and expand at an exponential rate. You've got to be part of that market. Okay? Put yourself out there. But you need to narrate your own audiobook because no one can tell your story better than you. I'm a firm believer of that, and I'm going to stand by that. Sorry, but I cannot come up with one good reason to do a virtual narrator or AI. Because bottom line is you're cheapening your author brand. All right? Give me a call. Reach out to me. Let's talk about your book. Let's get you enrolled. And again, there's the VIP program, which we work one-on-one. Or, you know what? If you're kind of an audio dude or audiophile and you would like to do it yourself, I do have a do-it-yourself version of the program that gives you all the tools and videos and all the reference materials that you need to do it yourself. All right? And you got to hold yourself accountable, though. Okay, you got to make sure you do the job, but you can do it yourself. So you know what? Reach out to me. Let's talk about the audiobook coaching program that I teach. Love to share it with you. I'll tell you about the VIP program and the do-it-yourself. You can choose what works best for you, but do it because you need to have your book in the audiobook world. People go to audiobooks first now before they even go to the other formats of your book. So it's a good business move, right? You're an entrepreneur. You're the CEO of you. The business decisions that you make for your author brand and business need to move your business forward. All right. And there you go. If you have any topics you'd like me to cover, again, I keep the Your Book, Your Voice coffee chat open forum. Would love to hear from you. All right. Reach out to me. Put a comment in, DM me, whatever you like to do. And again, if you're serious about moving your business forward, turn your book into an audiobook. Whether you published it this year, or maybe you published it 10 years ago. Bring your book back to life. Let's resurrect it back to life. Do a relaunch. Okay? Relaunch your book. And now you're going to have a whole new set of followers and listeners to your author brand. So do it. All right? Book a call. Well, that's going to wrap it up for Coffee Chat today, my friends. And again, your assignment when you're out and about in the world, smile at a stranger. All right? Say hello to them. Maybe give them a compliment. It takes you, 5-10 seconds of your time? Nothing, right? That's a little blip. But what that does is that spreads positivity. And maybe someone's going through a rough day and you just made their day by smiling and saying hello and giving them a compliment. So be good humans, all right? Thank you so much for tuning in for Coffee Chat. We're here every Thursday at, 9:30 a.m. Pacific. That's 12:30 p.m. Eastern Time, 4:30 p.m. in the UK. Join me and give me a topic. All right. We'll talk about it. Have a great day. We're going to say goodbye to our friends here on LinkedIn and on YouTube. We're going to say goodbye to you first. Thank you so much for tuning in.